Oh. What should be a relatively quiet month for GTA 6 news has been a frenzy, to say the least. If you haven't watched my last video, which you should definitely check out, because if you do watch it, Rockstar themselves have come out and said they'll release the game 6 months early. Don't worry about it. I talked to them. We already hashed this out. It's confirmed, so don't even look this up because you don't need to do that. But anyway, in that video, we went over the fact that Rockstar fired 34 employees and why they did that. Our best guess was someone on GTA Forum who claimed to be a Rockstar employee but was then laid off. From their perspective, Rockstar carried out these firings as an act of union busting. But today, I don't know what to believe, because Rockstar came out and responded and said that's cap. This article from InsiderGaming.com goes over everything, but it says, Rockstar has stated that GTA 6 employees were fired in 2023 and 2025 after leaking confidential information to third parties who were reportedly influencers. Rockstar, the developer of GTA 6, is under investigation for alleged union busting. However, the company firmly denies these claims, stating that the recent firings of 34 employees was due to the leaking of features. This situation has prompted the community to speculate about the nature of these leaks. And prompted it has, because we're about to go over those fucking leaks right now. All right, but before we do that, I'm going to go over a few quick things. We still need to keep in mind that these are leaks and not 100% of these are confirmed. With that being said, I'm going to rank all of these leaks based on how realistic I think they are from 1 to 10. 10 being the most realistic that they'll be in the game, 1 being there's no way this is going to be in the game. I think I'm just going to read off the entire list first, and then afterward, I'll explain the more ambiguous leaks that aren't self-explanatory. So starting off, we have gameplay. 6-star wanted level returns. Relationship bar mentioned in the 2022 leaks clip still exists, works like Honor and Red Dead Redemption 2. Weight mechanics are a thing. Explorable underwater areas with treasure and secrets. Trailer 2 scene where Jason buys beer is gameplay. Greet and antagonize is in the game. The character wheel has 3 options. Solo Jason, Solo Lucia, and dual protagonist control, where Lucia and Jason can be controlled at the same time to rob together in the open world. Some missions are also started using the 2 of them at once. No. Rectangle GPS with pink waypoints. Jason has a Deadeye-like ability, slows down time and reveals weak spots. Lucia can do it, but 1 shot. Source said this is apparently super bad and they hope it gets changed. It is meant to show how Jason is a better shot than Lucia due to his time in the army. People react to having your gun out. Male strippers are in the game. Oh. Driving is the best it's ever been. Gore and dismemberment is being built off of Red Dead Redemption 2. Limited weapon system returns, stored in trunk. Now for the characters. It's only 1 here, so this one is pretty obvious. Donnie, Jason's friend who works for Brian, is described as a freak. What? Now we move on to the map. The map is once again an island. No panhandle. Enterable shopping malls and skyscrapers with lifts. 700 plus shops and most interiors of a major open world game. Now we have story and missions. The game has chapters like Red Dead Redemption 2, 5 chapters in total. Shots from trailer 2 were all chapters 1 through 3. And then finally, cut and non-existent content. No fully nude sex scenes. Listening to music outside of a car apparently isn't a thing. Prone was cut a while ago. Dual wielding weapons isn't in the game. No Disney World parody. And no burglary minigame. Now I'm going to go over the less obvious and more outlandish leaks. And starting off, we have the relationship meter. I can see this being in the game. I just don't know how it really affects the game, because in Red Dead Redemption 2, you could do good or bad things and that kind of affects your ending, but I don't know if they'll follow that same example in GTA 6. Now, what would be interesting is if you do things to hurt or gain favor with Jason or Lucia with each other and that affects the story, that would be interesting. I just don't know if I fully believe that's what they're currently working on. Second up, we have the trailer 2 scene where Jason's buying beer and saying that's gameplay. I gave this a 9 because I'm pretty sure that is gameplay. If you watch Rockstar trailers over the years, they always include mixes of gameplay and cinematic shots within the trailers. And the movement in that scene, you can tell is movement by a controller. I don't know really how to describe that any better, but you can always kind of tell what's gameplay and what's not. Third up, we have the Deadeye ability between Jason and Lucia. I gave this a 6 because I think there's a strong possibility this is in the game. I just don't think it's going to be in the game as it's being stated here. I do think the Deadeye feature with Jason will be left in, but I think another feature will be had for Lucia because her having the same ability but having a lesser version of it makes zero sense to me. Fourth, we have the enterable shopping malls and skyscrapers with elevators. I'm on the fence with that one. I gave it a 5 because I can see this being in the game. I just don't know what this means for the demands that it's going to have on your console when you play it. And because of that, I feel that it's really a coin toss. If you do have this in the game and you have a lot of open space, that means that there's a lot of things being rendered at one time. And this could make the game, I mean, this could be why there's such a heavy delay as well, is that if there are these open spaces such as strip malls, shopping centers, elevators, these are all live features and you're going to have to render hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of assets at one time. So just seeing how that's incorporated, if that is in the game, is going to be really interesting. Number 5, we have a related feature, which is the 700 plus shops with interiors. I rated this slightly higher at a 6, just for the simple fact that shops could mean singular shops that are just dispersed across the map instead of open spaces with shops in them. And for that reason, I think it's more realistic than having these open malls that have shops within them. But nevertheless, it's still 700 shops, which is that's a tall task, right? To ask of any developer. And honestly, I say I'd cut this in half, maybe even less. I'd probably say maybe 250 shops, because the name of the game here is performance, guys. Performance. You can have all these features in the game, but if you're barely hitting 30 frames a second, which I can already guarantee that they're having issues in the studio right now doing that, then that won't work. 60 frames a second with the current gen hardware is already off the table. That's not happening. So you have to make do with what you have. But it's hard to do that when you have all these features that are putting a strain on your process. So I would take these two with a major grain of salt. Last on the list, we have the character wheel option with the 3 options with solo Jason, solo Lucia, and the dual character option. I gave this one a 7 because I can see this being back in the game with the character wheel, because it is going to be a useful feature. I just don't know to what extent. So we could be using this in the main storyline and then some side missions, but having it being in the open world where you can switch to both Lucia and Jason at the same time when you're just roaming around, I don't know how applicable that is to just the everyday use or roaming in the game. I think outside of missions, I don't think this will be a thing, so I'm kind of on the fence with it, but I think more likely than not, we could see that. Keep in mind, again, these are leaks, so I could be wrong about 1 or 2 of these, or I could be wrong about all of them. Everything's going to be answered in the gameplay trailer, or 90% at least of things on this list will be answered, so we just have to wait and see, but it is fun to kind of see what we think will be there and what won't be. Right, so what does this mean for GTA 6 moving forward? Honestly, nothing really. Rockstar hasn't come out and really confirmed anything in terms of these leaks. They've just said, look, we're not union busting. These guys were just leaking shit and we fired them. And on the other side, we can't prove that true or false, so we'll just take it as entertainment, I guess. But in terms of development of the game, I don't know. Nobody knows. We're just going to have to watch these next couple of months when the marketing cycle begins for the game. What I can say I don't really know, but I am confident about is that I don't think Rockstar is going to delay this game for a 3rd time. I already talked about the implications of that. Unless it's a super emergency disaster scenario where they have to delay it again. Bro, you have got to be kidding me. So while I was recording this, the studio for Rockstar North apparently just fucking exploded. So I guess I'll go over that in another video. I don't fucking know anymore, man. I don't know, bro. I don't see that happening. So I think we just have to wait until maybe May or June, and then we'll know more about the game. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.